They will get to stay open, and these negotiations have been lengthy. I mean, this is really a huge development tonight. In essence, Hacienda will officially stay open. The negotiations between the state health department and Hacienda have been ongoing for about 8 months after the state sent the facility a notice of intent to revoke their license when a patient was found with maggots on his throat back in June. So here are the details we know so far. The health department says Hacienda can keep its leadership team and its name, but the state will have increased oversight of the facility. Now, this settlement agreement with the state comes just hours after Hacienda struck an agreement with the federal government to continue working with Medicaid. The federal agency had threatened to terminate the contract, raising questions about patient safety following the rape of a patient who gave birth in 2018 and the male patient who was discovered with maggots on an incision where his trach tube went into his throat back in June. Now, this all comes just 1 month before the trial for Nathan Sutherland is set to start. He's the Hacienda nurse accused of raping that patient after police say his DNA matched the baby's. This is huge.
Yeah, it really is. Brianna, there's going to be so much more to the story continuing to develop tomorrow and for the next few months. Let me take viewers back to a very pivotal moment that Brianna shared with us several months ago. Parents of patients in Hacienda, some that have been there for decades. We're talking childhood drowning victims that continue to live out their lives. You caught those parents very emotional in the parking lot because they were forced to move.
Right.
What happens tonight?
So that's an interesting point because the SNF part of the facility did close down and all of those patients were forced to move out and forced to go to other places. But the ICF, which is where these incidents happen, has remained open until this point, and it will continue to be so. And the whole thing that happened with the health department and why they wanted so hard to keep this facility open was because it is very traumatic to move patients like this. There are a lot of complications. And like you said, this is a place they've called home. I mean, this is what they know, critical needs, and that's their family. So the State Department wanted to find a way to keep Hacienda open in some form or fashion so that the patients could stay there.
Not only difficult to move these kinds of patients, but also there's not a lot of options in terms of who else could take them.
Right, yeah, I did an investigation,
kind of care that they need.
Like 2 months ago, where there's only 10 other ICF facilities in Arizona. A lot of them had also had problems, so a lot went into this for the state health department.